Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, as I support this report, I want to mention a few things. Number one is for there to be a discussion or dialogue of this nature. Certainly it had to be preceded by some kind of or form of crisis. We had a crisis, as has been ably talked about by our minority leader. But Madam Speaker, we need to ask ourselves this question. I've been around here from 15th of January 2008. I've actually been in this chamber for more than 16 years. And every time from that time of the 10th Parliament, when we had post-election violence, we keep on using the same words, same terminologies as both leaders today used. That never again will this country experience the kind of violence. I mean, this is becoming rhetoric, Madam Speaker, and I want to say that as a country we must ask ourselves fundamental questions. Why is it that after every election we always have a crisis in this country? That is the question that we need to address. But looking at this report, I'm afraid to say that we still fear. We still gloss over issues. We have not addressed the main issue, the biggest problem, the challenge that we are facing as a country. It is about the system of government. Madam Speaker, some people call it winner takes it all. Some other people call it the feeling and the sense of exclusivity and inclusivity. Why do some Kenyans feel belonging to this country more than others, especially when elections are conducted? We need to ask ourselves that question. And looking at this report, Madam Speaker, we are not solving this problem. If we have decided that this system of government, the presidential system, is not working for us, then why don't we go the full hog and go parliamentary system? Why are we again creating systems that are very difficult to understand? That you are creating an office of the opposition leader when you have a presidential system? How does it work? I mean, let us not pretend and cheat ourselves and lie to ourselves that we are solving this problem. We are not. And I am afraid to say that next time, again, after 5 years, we will be back to the same discussions. Madam Speaker, on the issue of electoral management and the team tasked with the responsibility to manage our election, Madam Speaker, the truth is that in this country, nobody is neutral. None of us. All of us vote, at least those who want to vote. Even those bishops, you give them a vote, they will vote for someone. So why do we pretend? And we know we are in a divided society. This country is almost split 50-50. For us to have confidence in the Electoral Commission, let us bite the bullet and say, those who are in the majority, bring this number of commissioners. Those who are in the minority, bring this number of commissioners to preside over election and see where do we get the chairman. We can even appeal to our brothers. Let us not talk about sovereignty if we cannot manage it. Let us accept and even ask our partners, our friends across the continent, give us somebody. If Obasanjo can come all the way from Nigeria to come and mediate, we had Kofi Annan coming here to mediate. Why don't we just accept that because we can't trust any one of us to chair our commission and produce a good result, then let's go that route and have someone from out there to preside over election. Finally, Madam Speaker, if you allow me, on the issue of cost of living, my friend, those are opinions. Wait for your time. Who can help this member of parliament? Now, my last comment, Madam Speaker, if you allow me, is on the cost of living. Madam Speaker, let us not pretend and cheat ourselves that cost of living has gone down. It is only food-driven inflation which has gone down, and that is because we have had good rains. Madam Speaker, it has nothing to do with inputs. If rains fail in this country even for one season, we will go back to where we were. All the time when we had good rains in this country, Madam Speaker, we have had good harvest, and the cost of food generally go down. Honorable Baya has no point. There's no point of order. Madam Speaker.
You know, I want to speak on
Honorable
I know there
Mbadi,
is
take
no
your
point of
seat.
order.
Take your seat. Honorable Owen is on a point of order.
Point of order on relevance and truthfulness of information. You know, when John Mbadi stands a ranking member and says that cost of life has not gone down, I would like him to think like an economist, not as an accountant. You know, Honorable Speaker, you know, John Mbadi needs to know that when the dollar goes down, you know, the cost of production, the cost of export and import, all these go down. When they go down, they translate to money, real money that goes into the pockets of the people. When they go into the pockets of
Honorable
the people,
Bayer,
it means they have
Honorable
more
Owen.
money.
Order, Honorable Owen Bayer. That sounds like information. Honorable Mbadi, complete your...
First of all,
What is out of order? There is no one on the floor.
As
Honorable Roko, nobody is out of order. Honorable Mbadi, please
as I conclude, you know, when you hear the deputy leader of majority talk about the dollar going, what do you really mean? So talk about things that make sense. Which dollar is going down and which shilling is going up? You know, relevance, I am very relevant. I was talking about the NADCO report. It is Honorable Mbadi who has brought dollar, which is not in this report. But let me conclude, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, cost of living has not gone down. It will not go down with the way this government is managing our economy. It will not go down. I am telling you, let rains fail even for one season. We will be worse off than even we were last year. So let us not cheat ourselves. Let us address the issue of cost of living with clear minds, professionalism. Let us bring technical people, people who understand how systems work, not academics like David D. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Next chance to the member for Tigania West, Honorable John Mutunga.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I would like to pick it up from where Honorable Mbadi has left. Honorable Speaker, if we negotiated from the beginning, we will never get to where we were. What has been happening in this country after a stiff political competition, we continue with political competition, even in this House. Honorable Speaker, I think the spirit of the NADCO was a good spirit that we need to emulate. Honorable Speaker, if we also stuck to speaking the truth and telling Kenyans the truth, as guided by Article 35, subsection 2 of the Constitution, I think we would take this nation very far. Honorable Speaker, sometimes you can hear a member say that the housing levy or the affordable housing program is not benefiting people in Azimio. Today, the Honorable Karoli Omondi confirmed that the first phase of the affordable housing has already kicked off or completed in his constituency. It is very unfortunate that some members can say it is only happening in the constituency where